Maganda Samson. This is Kakun Youth Development Association located in Kakun village. Now I'm surprised by sub-county, Busiki County and Mtumba district. We do carry different activities within the association. We do farming, goat rearing, poultry and saving. Here we are meeting here today to discuss on crucial matters concerning development. This group has 30 members.
I'm Chirevu Moses from Kakun. Anza chendi kwenda okwogeraku nga ife ba UC bana tuli kututugizibwa ino. For example, bano babayo exercise ya census. Ayo bajja twa muntu yajja mu training nasomesebwa bulungi, bamala okusomesa bulungi ba short listinga, but at the end ojja okuyagana nga erina lyo kabiri before okujja oku exercise yebeewo ngina yo balisazeemu. Mana twa government eno tuli kusaba bana ntulumukire ensonga eyo. Ojja okuyagana nti nze ndi Busiki, ndi wa Kibale, ndi wa Kakunu, nze ndi abantu. Kale baleese omuntu owundi kuva luuka naidi okungira ku kitundu ekyo. Kale bana ifa bali abakulembeze nga for example chairman LC3 yena abaawo yalingira bulingirire. Kale enguzi eyo yaba kugamba tuli kutulukizibwa ino. Mayi Maganda Samson olisho sobola okwongera ku kintu ekyo.
Ndinacho. We have poor service delivery. Recently at Kiranga Health Center 2, we will be given 6 million shillings in the financial year, that is 2012-2013, for renovation of the Health Center 2. But it has come on our concern that they just bought 6 sheets, first board, and just 10 syringe boards. But we called these people to come and give us the accountability of our money. They refused to come. In addition to that, from the road from Kibale sub-county to Namakoko sub-county to Namakoko village, it was given 9 million shillings, not for hiring the grader, not for paying the driver, but just buying fuel. But the way they constructed the road, it was in a shadow way. So we just call upon the government to come and help us. We're in a very poor condition. So we just request the government to come and at least help us. With census issue, we see that there are very many people who applied for the exercise as enumerators, others as supervisors. They were being shortlisted. After being shortlisted, they went for the interviews and they were selected as successful candidates. They went for the training, they underwent the training. A day before the ending of the training, they were just being introduced to new people who have been not even been training. They were coming out of the district, they don't know the area, they don't know where to begin from, they don't know the LCs that we have. So for that matter, therefore, as youth, we were being kicked out. We just asked the government to come in and help us, because the leadership that we have, they are not helping us. Even the chairperson who can say that these people, I don't know them, they are not within the boundary of my voters. But he was just there keeping quiet when his voters are being kicked out of the exercise. Only to see that these people outside Namutumba, they were coming from Luka, they were coming from Kalilo, Iganga, they being given the opportunity to carry out the exercise. In addition to that, youth, we don't have jobs currently, but they were giving jobs, this exercise, to people who are at least earning in the government. For example, we have one of the security officers. He was also given the opportunity to carry out census. Then we asked ourselves, who is going to do in that department of security? Teachers were being given that chance of exercise, but youth who don't have jobs, they being left out by teachers. Have been yearning for salary increment and it has been incremented, but still they being given the opportunity to exercise, to be part of the exercise, and the youth are having nothing to do, only to play cards. That is a matter, playing gomweso, which is not crucial to our development. When we get such exercise, at least we can get something for the beginning as our initial capital. For that matter, therefore, we call upon the government to come in and assist us, but we don't know where we can go and put our complaints.
Yeah, I'm Gwaiva Abdul. Corruption, we've deliberately allowed it to be part of us. It has really become part of our daily life. I want you to look at a situation whereby a patient goes to Nsinzi Health Center, but even the health center cannot provide a glove. That patient has to go outside the health facility and buy these gloves. Yet when you look at the money allocated to the health center, we see that gloves were meant to be bought that could take the whole year, that could last for the year. But when you try to look at it, it's like some people, when they bring these things, they just go and put them in their personal pharmacies, so that when you come, you just go outside and buy these things. Look at the situation. There is a road connecting Nawaikona to Nsinzi. 10 million shillings was allocated to this road. But when you look at it, this road has no malam. When you look at the program, the road was supposed to be put, malam was supposed to be put on malam. When you try to call for these leaders to come and account for it, no one is really willing to come and account for this money. Look at the situation. I have a friend called Sudaisi Musima. This friend of mine applied for the census program. He applied for it, but because he could not raise the 20,000 asked by the CDO, since the CDO, he did not appear on the short list. As if that wasn't enough, I have a friend called Becca. She was shortlisted, but some 2 days after, she went to check on the list. Her name had disappeared, and we were surprised to find out that she was replaced by someone who had paid much more than 20,000, who had paid 50,000. So the CDO removed her name and replaced it with another one who had paid much more money than she had paid. So you look at it as something limiting some of us. Those who are poor, corruption is just limiting us. Look at the situation. You go to a police station, you want to open up a police case. You have to open up a file. But then the police officer, moreover a full DPC, is asking for money for you, for money to open up a case, for money to open up a file. You can just imagine such a situation, and no one is coming out to account for such doings in the government.
In line with that, I can talk of the national identity cardization and the issue of electoral commission. This year, they advertised those posts. Some people applied, they were being shortlisted to go and do the interviews as parish supervisors, electoral commission, vis-a-vis registration cards. But it has come to our concern that these people who were being given these posts, they don't have even the documents that they are equivalent to what was put on the notice board as a requirement. Some of them, they are P7 graduates, others they did not even exceed primary 6, but they are being given and they leave out people with the ability. We don't know why the government of President Museveni is educating people, because they are leaving people who are capable of doing the work, and they give all the guys who don't have even the documents. For that matter, therefore, I can maybe request my friend to put more light about that.
On that day, they started counting us. On that day, they started the census program. I was surprised. I saw a certain young lady. She was asking for the LOC1 chairman of our place. So I thought she was putting on an orange kind of pep. So I was asking her where she was coming from. She told me she was coming from Namutu. I told her, what are you doing here? She told me, I'm here for the census. So I asked her, I thought the people who are meant to count us are supposed to come from our respective villages. She told me, no, for us we are in the system. So we know how to run these things. You can just imagine. We have some unemployed youth in my village who can't even earn 1,000 a day. But such opportunities were given to people from other areas, people who don't even understand our area. Someone who does not even know the LOC1 chairperson of my village was the one to count, to carry out census in my area. Yet we had unemployed youth who already had the qualifications.
Maybe to add on that, for us in Chibali here, our chairman LOC5, he came with maybe a brother and he told the CDO that, please, I'm telling you, you scrap up that one and put that one to work as as a supervisor. You may find that is that really fair? Something maybe you have some other additions. Or any person here.
Me, I was surprised because when you even look at the quality of education we access in our schools, you just go to Nawaikona primary school. Teachers take months. You will find children are taking weeks and weeks without learning anything. Teachers are complaining because of delayed payment, and yet some people are pocketing some big sums of money. You can imagine such a situation. We are losing 690 billion Ugandan shillings per year just because of corruption, of which this money is much more than the money allocated to the health sector. Pregnant mothers are dying in Isinze sub-county. Just some 2 months back, we had a volunteer worker in Isinze. But when you could look at the labor room, you could even shed tears. Blood was everywhere. Yet money is allocated to this facility. Money is allocated. People are supposed to clean these facilities, but they are ever not on work, complaining that they are not being paid. Yet money is allocated. So we are asking for the government. Leaders should come out and account for this. Otherwise, we are losing our patience. We are losing our cool. As youth, as the future leaders of this nation, we are getting concerned each and every day that passes by.
In addition to that, as Magana Samson, because of poor leadership within the sub-county, the technocrats are using this as an advantage. For example, recently here we had Muvule community tree. It was being cut down by the sub-county chief, claiming that they are going to make the beds for the patients, sitting benches for the ladies who take their children for polio. But it was only 2 beds that were made, and it was of Musizi tree, and 1 bench was made of Muvule type. Then we wonder where our furniture went. So because of the poor leadership, these leaders that we have, they are not informed, they are not analyzed, they are not educated. So because of that, the technocrats are using that advantage. For that matter, therefore, we request the government at least to discuss this in the parliament. And from the sub-county level, since we have the sub-county chief of a degree holder, even the chairperson must be at least of a higher level. Then they can maybe think in the same direction. But you find sub-county chief is having a master's, the chairperson is a P3 graduate. They are thinking in a different direction. That is why we are being cheated. For that matter, therefore, we request our MPs to go in the parliament and discuss about this, so that they can at least say someone stand as chairperson of the must be of a higher level. That one at least can have thinking good. They can have the same thinking direction with the technocrats.
Actually, during the anti-corruption caravan, I was moved by one situation. A friend of mine from Ivukula told me a situation whereby his father bought a certain piece of land. But after some time, the children of the man who sold the land want to claim the land back. And the case is right now is in the court, is prevailing. But the children of this man who sold off the land are already using this land. And if you go to report them to the police, you will find that the police is instead arresting this one who bought the land. Yet the case is still in case. Those are some of the things that I really look at and I feel I'm really moved. There is a road connecting Nawaikona to Kivule. You will find that this road, in each and every budget of Namutumba, this road appears, money is allocated for this road, but it's now 3 years. This road has not been worked on, and money is being allocated for it. These are some of the things that leaders should really come out and account for. Because we are really getting tired of this kind of corruption. Leaders should really come out and account for these things. Otherwise, as citizens, we are getting empowered. We are getting empowered, we are getting organized, we are solidifying. We are ready to come out and campaign, advocate for these things. We are getting cheated. We are tired of living in this kind of corruption. Since no one is ready to come out and stop it, citizens, we should just get organized and do something about this situation.